Yes, yes, yes. Let's go ahead and get in here. Go ahead and get in here. Let's go. Let's go. We go ahead and put that in the title. We already see what that is in the title. Mm-hmm. Get this right here straight. That's already in there. That's in there. Uh, we already in here. Yeah, yeah. Let's come on in here. Come on in here. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Yeah, man. I'm gonna give it a couple minutes, man. You know how I do, man. Give it about 2-3 minutes. Let a couple people get in here. Today we are going to be going over why you should be responding to RFIs. A couple of pointers and tips that you should be utilizing while you're going after these RFIs as well. And I also have a surprise at the end of this live right here that I'm gonna let everybody know. That's a part of the community as well. It's specifically for our community. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started here shortly. Let me get my earbuds in. I think I'm connected good. Let me see, make sure I am connected. Earbuds, yep, they are connected. Okay, cool, man. Cool. Like I said, I'm gonna get started here and just at the 2-minute mark. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm not gonna keep you guys here all night. Again, man, I'm gonna try to keep it short and brief around that 30-minute mark. Try to keep it around there. And get you guys up out of here so we can so you can go ahead and get back to work, or go ahead and get back to getting them RFPs, RFIs, RFQs submitted in. I ain't gonna hold you guys here for too long, man. Again, I'm gonna wait, give it a couple seconds there, get a couple minutes or moments, everybody get in here. If you don't already know, my name is Courtney Hayden. I'm the owner of GovCom with Courtney. We do consulting and business development in the federal market. We pretty much assist small businesses to grow and scale in the federal market space by pretty much procuring government contracts on their behalf. We do their capture management, project management, contract management. We do all that business development and consulting. If we need to do any type of partnerships, bring on other teams, stuff like that, we bring those services to the table. My Instagram is GovCom with Courtney. If you're not following me, go ahead and check me out. Again, tonight's live is going to be over RFIs and the importance of that when it comes to small businesses who are newbies. People like myself and people like you guys who are looking to get into the government contracting space, and why it's important to respond back to those RFIs and Sources Sought. And I'm going to show you guys how to utilize that. Setting up your automation so you can just get the RFIs and the Sources Sought sent right to your email, or whatever email, if it's getting sent to your clients. But preferably, we only talk about your company growing tonight. So we're going to specifically talk about ways that you can implement SB Money Flow and get those RFIs and those Sources Sought sent straight to your email address. And then, what you need to be doing while you are replying back to these things that you should be implementing on there, implementing when you're replying back to the RFIs and Sources Sought, and then again at the end, we're going to go over a couple of little follow-up things that you should be doing, because you should be following up out of these Sources Sought as well. Just keeping the loop, and then we're going to go from there, man. But I'm going to share my screen here in a moment to show you guys exactly what I am going to go over. Let me go ahead and share my screen and how in the different steps. It's only I think I got out like 8 different ways, or 8 different, let me say, topics or task, or 8 different key points that you should have or take into consideration when you are replying back to these RFIs or these sources sought as a new person. Let me show my screen. So right here, as you see, man, I have 8 little points, on why you should be replying back or why you should be responding to RFIs. And again, these are just my tips and my tricks. I ain't gonna even say tricks, but these are my tips on why you should be doing this. Did a little bit of research on my own, looked at a couple of other people that's in consulting, business development, and they a lot of them pretty much say the same thing, but these are the ones that stuck out to me that were used. As you see right here, number 1, making sure that you actually submit your RFI or your response on time. So, for example, let's say that it was due August the 5th. You want to make sure that you put it in there August the 1st, man. Reply back with some sort of, some sort of like to set the bar. You want to make sure that you're setting a good impression the first time that you actually are introducing yourself and, your company and your services. And that's a good way to actually put yourself out there first, by responding a couple of days early that earlier than the response supposed to be turned in, and that brings us on to point number 2, man, where you can also point out, it gives you a chance to point out what they're missing in these RFIs as well, man. So with that being said, when you are responding to these RFIs, you're actually going to be able to see what they're actually looking for, what their thoughts are on the RFI, and how they see where their thoughts are on it, and it's pretty much like on the RFIs, more so just picking up on discussion around the topics, and the requirements and the approach that they actually have right now. And it pretty much just asking you like, hey, is this going to be, is this a good approach? Like asking if they don't know what type of approach to take, they're going to, this is a way for you to figure out what it is that they're missing. Like if it's an IT program that they have or IT program or like, let's say that they use Microsoft, and they're not utilizing the Microsoft software that they already have, that's something that you can also remind them of as well, man, to try to save on money and time, and that's what brings us to the to number 3, man, when it shows that you're expressing interest in some sort of intent, man. Like you done done your homework, you actually done seen like what they actually do, how this agency is. You done honed in on one particular agency, your target agency. You're not just doing all of this for several different agencies. They suggest you to have 1, 2, 3 agency that you're actually working with. This one right here is we're just going to focus on one particular agency, and so when you're doing these things, when you're reaching out early, and you're pointing out a couple of things that they're missing in their, in their approach, or what they think that they should do, and like, hey, this right here should have, like, they're missing a step in this. This is something that you can point out as well, and that's another way that you can express your intent or your interest in this. Does anybody got any questions so far with what I'm saying? Does this all make sense? I hope it does, because I hope it does. But anyway, if it doesn't, man, you guys can always go back and check this out again. But I wanted to, before I move forward on that, I wanted to show you guys, outside of asking the questions, which is number 4 right there. I wanted to make sure that you guys can see and understand how this right here can be utilized when it comes to, SB money flow, and how you can really set this up to, really, really, really be beneficial to you, to where you're not spending a lot of time on, looking for these RFIs or these sources sought. You can just literally have them come to you, and then you can spend that extra time that you're saving on finding a team of partners, or reaching out to the agencies or the small business, the business opportunity specialists. That's with the SBA, or you're reaching out to the Ostaboos in the program and project managers and stuff like that. This time right here in the RFI and the sources sought gives you enough time to actually, look at those opportunities and look at that agency. It gives you enough time to actually see how that agency works, how they do business, how they buy, the majority of the time they have it on their website, and it tells you exactly, how they buy, how they do business, when they do business, what they have been doing already. Then you could utilize resources like FPDS as well. That's going to show you who's been doing all the buying in that particular agency, under what department, up under what NAIC codes and all of that as well. That's where that's where you're doing your research also. And then again, when you are replying back, if you look over here to this thing, I could have moved this right here, the multiple graphics. When you're utilizing that, you want to make sure that you're using their language and you're using their emblems. If you're reaching out to the, let's say, Department of the Navy, you want to make sure that you're using Navy emblems and Navy signs, the same stuff that they're using on their websites. You want to make sure that you're utilizing this when you are replying back to these RFIs and these sources sought. And you're doing this, man, as a new person or as a small business, because, hey, no, they don't know who you are. This is a way for them to, get to know you. You can get to know them, and, really let them know that, hey, man, I'm really interested in this particular opportunity, and we are interested in doing business with you guys, and you're showing that by, letting them know you're submitting early, you're expressing your intent, you're asking questions as well. That's in the RFI or the sources sought. Because I'm pretty sure they have, a RFI and sources sought, man. They pretty much is trying to figure out, and trying to make sure that they're doing the right thing. And the sources sought is pretty much, it's a better chance for you to also to push the opportunity in your direction. If they don't, because they're pretty much asking you, like, is this going to be, should we make this a women-owned business? Should this be a veteran-owned business, or service disabled veteran-owned business? Should this be 8A? Like, this is your way to team up with other small businesses, or get with other small businesses to say that's 8A, for example, and say, hey, man, we can go after this opportunity because we know if at least three 8A or 3 women-owned businesses or 3 veteran-owned businesses go after this opportunity, or they put in for this opportunity during the RFI and the sources sought time, then they have obligation to give this to, or not give it to, but they have to set this aside for either one of those set asides, if that makes sense. But right here, man, what I'm showing you guys, let me make sure, I am sharing my screen. Right here, where you have the opportunities for, like, when you want to automate things, man, and save a little bit more time, so you're not just going through these opportunities. SB Money Flow on the market side, on the marketplace, you can actually come in here and set those up. So you will simply just come in here and set up a filter and show and say, like, hey, man, I want all of the sources sought. I want all of them sent to my email address. And then you can even go a little bit deeper, because if you're a new person, you still want, you don't have 1,000 different NAIC codes. You got, just a couple NAIC codes. You got your primary NAIC code that you actually go after, and then you have your other ones that's pretty much based around that particular NAIC code that you have. So in order to break this even down a little bit further, because you have, so you see, you got 50 opportunities right here on this page. Let me see. And they are taking all of these opportunities from, SAM.gov. So that's 100 right there. Like, that's 150. Like, it's so many, man. I'm pretty sure it's well over 500 sources sought opportunities out there right now. I'm pretty sure it is. But to filter it down to more, we're going to actually add in a NAIC code. So let's add in 541611. And see what type of opportunity is out there for that. So there are some sources sought opportunities. There are actually 13 of them. And the 11, let me get the filter right. So all of these okay, these right here done. We're done today, couple days, 2 days. A couple of these right here, I think these right here, probably I have enough time if I wanted to, reach out and respond to them. This right here, International Criminal Investigation Training Assistance Program, Office of Overseas. So this is something that's going to be overseas right here. So they're looking for looking for an American or not an American, but they're looking for a company that's registered in America or registered on SAM to pretty much team and partner up with a company that's overseas. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but we're not going to look at that right now. I'm just going to check this out right here, just because it was already it's already due today. We can't go after it, so we're just going to see what it actually was, what they actually were looking for. See what this document is. Is it a PDF? So sole source. So let me come. Okay. Oh. Let me come right here. Let me stop sharing real fast so I can come over here. If you guys got any questions, man, make sure you put them in the chat. I will go back. I'm about to log in real fast so I can show you guys this sources sought right here. And in the end, at the end, man, I'm actually going to actually have a sources sought template, a sources sought response template. You know, I'm not giving it out to nobody here on YouTube. This is actually going to be a template that I'm going to give out to our community, our Pure Money community. It's going to be a sources sought response template that I am going to upload to the group only, not on YouTube, but to the group only. Hey, what's going on, Shanti? But what I want to do is I'm going to wait until we get to 200 members in our group, and then I'll go ahead and release it. I think we are like 191 right now, so we need to get like 9 more, and then I'll go ahead and put that sources sought template on there for you guys, man. Again, this is specifically going to be for our group. But let me open this up right quick. Open files. Let me show y'all what this actually is. It's not going a little slow tonight. Okay. So let me share my screen again. Let me share my screen. Okay, bam. So right here, you know, it said no intended to sole source and procurement under FAR requirements provided. Then they intend to award this. So the rivers under award this requirement to South River Federal Solutions under the authority federal. See, this already done came out. This intent is not a request for a competitive quote. However, our responding sources may submit a capability statement. So I mean, the same thing with RFIs, man. The same exact thing is the same. It's almost the same thing with sources sought, man. They literally tell you exactly what they're looking for. In a lot of cases, they tell you who the contracting officer is and their contact information. They tell you what they intend to do. You know what this is, if it's for competitive, if it's a competitive quote or not. You know, right here they say this notice of intent is not a request for a competition quotes. However, all responsible sources may submit a capability statement or quotation which shall be considered by the agency. You know, so they letting you know that, hey, this is not a competitive, but we are, you know, if you want to, we'll take your capability statement. But they already telling you right here that they intend to award this requirement to South River Federal Solutions LLC. You know what I mean? But again, it's probably that could mean that they might have been the only one that submitted some information, and they still taking, you know, some opportunity, or they still taking small businesses who have these particular qualifications, you know, up under this particular code right here. So, you know, sending your capability statement to this person right here, if you fall up under this NAICS code, it's literally what it's saying. It said, when it say capability statement of code, if received timely, will be considered. However, a determination by the government not to complete the requirement based upon responses to this notice is solely within the discretion of the government. Information received will normally be considered solely for the purpose of determining whether to conduct a competitive procurement. Again, man, they give you the contact information of the person right here. They tell you exactly what to put in the subject line so you don't get confused. You write right here, late responses will not be considered. They tell you and shall include the control number, this control number in the subject line. They tell you exactly what to do every time, man. So it's no question, it's no, you're not guessing, you're not, exactly what it is. So again, you're addressing, it goes back to everything we just said, man. You're addressing all aspects of the sole source or the RFI. Now, if you, let's say for example, you responded and you sent in this RFI or this source of salt, and you did not even put this in the subject line. You thought to put in your own subject, you know what I mean? And you sent it in late. You sent it in at 1 o'clock on the 5th of August. It's telling you right here, man, late response will not be considered at all. You know what I mean? Even though they're telling you that they will take your capability statement or your response to this source of salt, if you respond back after August the 5th after 12 o'clock, we're not accepting. I don't care how good you are. It's literally what they said. So you want to make sure that you're addressing all the aspects and you actually reading, the source of salt in the RFI, depending on what it is. And you're not just skimming through it. Although this right here was a small one, so we can take 5 minutes, 2 minutes, read this right here, and you understand like, okay, well, they already done awarded somebody really for real. So it's just a way for you to get your small business who don't nobody know about in front of Kevin Hodge. You know what I mean? No one knows who you are, but hey, Kevin Hodge may have another opportunity on his desk right now, and he say, hey, well, if you can do this right here, because you responded to this source of salt or you responded to this RFI. Now they know who you are because you sent in a capability statement like this particular source of salt said. That's all it's telling you. You know what I mean? And that goes on with us with number 5. Like I said, addressing all aspects. Number 6, man, align to agencies' challenges and goals, man. Literally still reading over the solicitation, but it goes back to the beginning stages, man. It goes back to the beginning when you're doing your research on these agencies. Like, for example, we pulled up the Department of Defense. Me myself, I'm not fooling with the Department of Defense anymore. They're too big, too vast. I'm trying to hone in on two agencies that I can really reach out there to. Even though I can, it's just I don't recommend a new person to get into the Department of Defense, man, because they got a lot of stuff going on. So I would suggest, maybe Department of Health and Human Services, maybe the Department of Veteran Affairs, Homeland Security, depending on your NAICS code. Right here, you see this right here, 541611. This is for consulting, pretty much. So that's what they're looking for. So again, when we are looking at these particular agencies, man, we want to make sure that you are going to their websites. You are actually seeing what it is that they actually do. Let me see. You're actually seeing like, okay, how do they do business, man? Like, how would they prefer to do business? And they like, I'm on va.gov right now. And this is just a quick little simple, overview, of how I would come in and be like, okay, cool, this is how they do it. First I would see right here, you got it right here, doing business with the VA. Just that simple. And a lot of these agencies, they have this stuff right here, man. So it's not, they're not hiding it. All this is public information. It's just, you got to really take the time to really see what it is that they're doing. But they tell you right here what their mission is. You know what I'm saying? They tell you all this stuff, man. They purchase goods and services on the national, regional, and local level. No matter how large or small, they tell you all of this stuff. They got they're telling you where they put their stuff at, registering in the system. You got to make sure that you register on SAM, of course. You got your DUNS number. They tell you what they buy a lot of. How do they buy? Like, they tell you all of this stuff right here. All of the VA central offices, how to reach out to your office of procurement, the acquisition and logistics. They tell you all of this stuff, man. Small business program. This is the stuff that I mean when I'm talking about, when I say align to agency and challenges and goals, like actually going in to see what they actually are looking to do, how they are looking to grow. Like, you're going to actually go, like, this is just one little page right here. You still want to go look at their forecasting. You want to make sure that you are looking at the type of contracts that they have already been awarded. You know, who they've been awarding these contracts, what type of contracts that these people actually award. So again, I'm gonna come here to FPDS, one of the best resources that's out there, man. You know, along with SB Money Flow, of course, but FPDS is a place where you can do more digging into the particular agency to see how they do business. You know, I'm always recommend FPDS and USA Spending, man. But right here, let's go to, what did I say? Department of Veteran Affairs. You know, and we see right here the top companies who they have awarded these contracts to, you know, or who have been awarded contracts with the Department of Veteran Affairs. You know, it shows you all, well, the top ones right here. They're gonna show you all of them. It's gonna show you the top ones and their names and all of that stuff. FPDS shows you, you know, we're just gonna click on the first one, Dynamic Integrated Services. This is the reason why, as a newbie, you need to respond back to these RFIs, man, because this is the way to give you a chance to see who your who your agency is, man, and who your competition is. Like, all of this stuff gives you a chance to really express who express to them, like, hey, man, I've done my research, man. I see you guys are kind of slacking, you know what I'm saying? Or I ain't gonna say, you know, you're looking for some support in this particular area. And let's say cybersecurity, you know, that's the next big thing. That's the big thing that everybody's craving to talk about right now, man, is cybersecurity. You know, and so when you see, or you go to these agencies and their mission statement, and you look at their forecast, and you look at what they're about, and you know, they're looking to see what type of awards they have been awarding, you can get an idea of what they've been doing. You know, as you see right here, we see this person. I don't know if that's a real person, because sometimes they be using fake names, but you can see that this was the person who approved this award right here. How much it was, you know, when the estimated time of completion, which is next year. You know, so this right here tells me that. Well, let me see, what was it? This is the task. Well, I had to come down here. You know, set, full and competitive. One person sent this in, so this probably was it's full and competitive. So it wasn't no Sources Sought or anything like that. So, you know, and it was a small business, women's clinic, equality boost. You know, that's like it was a photographer or something like that, man. Like they did some photos. That's what it looked like. But only one person put this order in, man, and you see that it was for $298,000. You know, with the Department of Veteran Affairs. But again, and only one person put this one company put a bid in, and it was awarded. You know, and just like that, it could have just been an opportunity, because it's up under the threshold. They can give you a Sources Sought for that. You know, or they can award you a Sources Sought. They can award you a, not Sources Sought. They can award you a direct award. You know, so that's the reason why I'm emphasizing on making sure that you understand how your agency do business and how they like to do business, and reaching out to, responding back to these RFIs, and reaching out to these contracting officers, man, and these business opportunity specialists that's at the SBA, you know, and also the OSTABU, to really get in front of these individuals to show and tell, like, hey, man, this is what we do. These are the partnerships that we've cultivated. These are our values. You know, we also see that you guys are, you know, right here, like, and you bringing their pain points to them as well, because you have done your research and contacted individuals that's in the that's a part of the contract. You know, not in the government, because that's illegal, but you know, people of prime that's a part of the contract. Contacting them to figure out, like, hey, man, what is it that you guys are struggling on in this particular area of this contract? You know, are you having trouble getting in contact with this person, or are you having trouble staffing, which a lot of people are having trouble doing right now? You know, are you having trouble getting the person that needs this particular certification? You know, like finding out what it is that they're actually doing, and you can find out all of this stuff right here on an RFI in the Sources Sought section. You know, I'm a Sources Sought time frame. You know, and you're able to really see, like, hey, man. Or you really ask questions like, hey, how many employees are you looking to get? How many employees do you think you're going to need on this particular project? You know, how many certifications do you think, or what type of certifications would you want these individuals to have? You know, do you want them to have degrees? You know what I mean? Or do you want, you know, do you need, you know, a part-time employee? Whatever the case may be, man, this is the time for you to ask questions, you know. And it brings me to number 8, man. Make well thought out suggestions. You know, like, you again, man, all this ties into making sure that you are doing your research on your agency. You know, you're doing your research on how they do, you know, how they do business, you know, and making sure that you are staying in front of this by submitting your stuff early, you know, by making sure that you are showing your interest by putting their emblem on there, making sure that their colors, you know, are part of the solicitation or the response in some way, shape, or form. You know, you don't want to have 1,000 different colors, of course, but you want to make sure that it looks good and it's matching. You know, I want to make sure anybody's got any questions right now. Do anybody got any questions so far on what I've said? Man, I know I've been going for like 30 minutes. I told you I didn't want to keep you guys for too long. But I did want to go over that real fast, man, and just show you guys the different little steps it is, you know, to keep in mind when it comes to responding back to these RFIs or sources sought. But let me bring you back to this this right here, man, with the SB money flow, with the sources sought. Remember, so you don't have to spend time on sam.gov or nothing like that, man. You can just come here and literally set this up and send this to yourself. You know what I mean? As a subscription. You know what I'm saying? Like, you literally come here and set it up, send the email in to wherever you want to send your email into. Let's say, man, wherever. Let's say SBA. No, I ain't gonna say that. C. Hayden at GovCon with Courtney. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm RFIs, sources sought. And I want to send these daily. You know what I mean? I want these to send daily, and I want this to come. I want this to start today, and I want it to end next year sometime. You know, I'm gonna set this out to be a year because I'm sending this every day. You know, if nothing comes, then I'm got it to where, hey, man, there's nothing. Don't send me no information. Don't even waste your time. But you know, if there's no data, you know, but I could have it to where it just send me the same thing. If I want to keep seeing, you know, you just keep seeing the same data. But of course, you ain't want them just to keep sending the same things till you're getting the same email. You know, you can get that sent in an Excel or however you want to get it sent. But this is a way for you to save time to where now you're not, you know, again, you're not spending time on SAM or any other platform that shows you government contracts or opportunities is out there. Like, all of this is right here connected to your CRM, you know. And then next month or I think the next month or in the next month, man, we're supposed to be updating, or Travis supposed to be updating GovCon Marketplace to where you can just click on these opportunities and it's going to shoot straight to your CRM. So you don't have to really click on anything. You don't have to type in anything. It's going to be way more interactive and way more intertwined together to where if I wanted to go out to this opportunity, I could just simply click right here and it's going to shoot to my CRM. You know what I mean? Of course, after looking at it on sam.gov, because this right here is still going to give me the opportunity to click on it, and it's going to take me to sam.gov. But the new updated marketplace is going to be coming out. When I click on the opportunity, it's going to have it to where, like, if I'm interested, it's going to shoot straight to my pipeline, and I'm able to keep up with it that way. I'm able to either dish it off to a VA or a teaming partner, or hey, yeah, if I had a teaming partner, I'm able to dish it off to them. You know, I'm able to dish it out to a person that's on my team, or I'm able to put direct it or delegate it to myself to where now I got to remind myself to actually do this, whether it may be read the opportunity, you know, whether it may be, hey, get a team, look for a team, look for a sub, you know, whether it may be, actually go over that opportunity, delegate it, and I'm not wasting a lot of time looking for these opportunities. I already set up the automation to come straight to me, and then we'll just go from there, man. But again, this right here just, man, this just gives me a way to get my company out there and let people know who I am, you know, specifically the contracting officers, you know, program managers, the people that actually, you know, sign over these checks, not sign, you know, approve these this money. At the end of the day, that's what it's about, man. Again, man, if you got any If you guys got any questions, please put them in the chat, and I'll be sure to address them as soon as I can. Again, if not, I wanted to go over one quick small matter when it comes to following up with these RFIs. You know, I wrote down a couple of little steps that we should take as well. Make sure whenever you are responding to these RFIs, that you get a written confirmation that it was received. You know, make sure you put in the email, you know, did you receive my RFI response or our RFI response or our response to this source of salt? You know, make sure in the subject line, whatever it tell you to write in there, you write that in there. You know, so you can make sure that you have a higher chance, or, you know, you have a way better chance of getting them to respond to it. But you want to make sure that you're getting that response as well to that they received your response to that solicitation. And matter of fact, like I said before in the previous live that I did on here, make sure that you CC the your OSTABUs or your SBA business opportunity specialists. You know, that's their job to oversee these type of things and make sure that these agencies are doing what they're supposed to do, especially if you are 8A. You know, you want to make sure that you CC your SBA business opportunity specialist in your response to an RFI or a source of salt. Again, man, to let them know that, hey, man, I am a small business and we are responding out to these opportunities that's out here, or these sources of salt that's out here. You know, and it also puts them on the line, the contracting officers and the program managers, or put that agency on the line, or notice like, hey, okay, we see that they did CC that SBA rep. We do gotta you know, keep that in mind, or we do gotta make sure that we include them in, you know, this process as well. You know, same thing that goes back to finding the point of contact. Like I showed you in the previous slide, not previous slide, but in the previous notion right here, making sure, you know, you got that point of contact information. You know, in this particular example, this may not be him, but hey, or them, but in the solicitation it tells you, matter of fact, let me go to it because I just showed it to y'all. Yeah, in the solicitation, it showed y'all exactly who the point of contact is. You know, so you want to make sure that you write this down, you write this person's name down in your CRM. You know, you may not be awarded this particular contract, but, you know, you're going to make sure that you're keeping up with it and you're following up and you're letting this guy know that, hey, man, you know I didn't win a contract. You know, I haven't been awarded anything, or, hey, you know, I know it's in the RFI stages or source salt stages or whatever the case may be, but, hey, I'm out here. Just want to let you know, guys, know this is us. You know, pretty much you're trying to introduce yourself and stay top of mind. You know, not get on nobody's nerves, but at the same time, you want to make sure your follow-up game is up to par. You know, because at the end of the day, you're trying to schedule an intro call. That's the whole thing about this, man. Like, you're setting it up to where, you know, you're responding to these sources of salt, you're responding to these RFIs to get a meeting with these individuals. You know, the whole thing is, we are a small business. Nobody knows who we are. How do I get the agencies? How do I get partners or potential teams or the SBA? How do I get these people to know who I am? This is how you really get in front of that and let them know who you are. Also, the one of the most important things, man, is tracking, man. Making sure that you're keeping up with all of this stuff by, you know, putting this stuff in your CRM. You know, making sure that you are keeping up with when you sent this email off, when you sent this respond off, when you have a follow-up email, you know, when you are if you got them, you know, if you're nurturing this lead, or if there's something that you got to remind yourself to, hey, I need to reach back out to these guys or reach back out to this contracting officer because this RFI was supposed to come out August the 5th. And I sent this out, you know, July the 15th, you know, and now it's August the 5th. I'm gonna reach out to them next week and say, hey, man, you know, what's the process of it? What do you guys decide to do, and see if I can get a response back to it. But again, that's just a way for me to stay top of mind. You know what I mean? But again, man, if you guys got any questions, I don't want to hold you guys at all. How do you use SB Money Flow? I mean, that was just one example right there on how to use it. I would have to know what type of question, like, what do you mean by how do you use it? Like, that was one way how to automate it, what I just showed you. But what specifically do you mean? How do you use it? Like, you know, you could use it for your CRM. You could use it for finding opportunities, federal and state. You can use it for finding the contracting officers. You can use it for finding or seeing. You could use it for doing your market research on finding an agency who has spent the money in the last several years based on your NAICS codes. You can find the sub agency to directly do your research and seeing who it is that's actually spending that money. You could utilize it to again, set up your automations to where these contracting opportunities are coming directly to you. You know, you're not spending time on sam.gov. You're not spending time looking for these opportunities or anything like that, but more so getting everything automated to you. Let's find out if the contract can be prime and subcontract. Would you suggest asking contract, or would it be in the? Yeah, it'll be in the SOW. I'll let it be in the SOW. But you know, hold on, to find out if the contract can be prime or subcontract. So the contract itself is going to be, it's a prime opportunity. You know, it's the solicitation is for prime contractors. The prime is just the name of the person who was awarded the contract. So you have to read the solicitation to see if you're able to sub that contract, because some contracts they'll tell you no, you can't subcontract this out to somebody. So now that's with tomato. Now you got to figure out how can you get around that, and that's instead of subbing. Now you may have to team up with somebody. Now you may have to partner with somebody. You know, that's a different type of contract, a different type of conversation when it comes to you and the other small business. You know, but the solicitation is going to tell you exactly what you can and what you cannot do. You know, I can't sit up here and tell you, yeah, man, make sure that you find a prime. I mean, make sure that you find a sub. Make sure that you do this. The solicitation is going to tell you exactly what it is. Just like the one that we just read right here, this sole source, they basically said they already intend on awarding this contract. But, you know, however, our responsible sources may submit a capability statement or quotation. You know what I'm saying? Depending on if you think you can do this work right here. So again, like, it's really going to depend on what it is that the solicitation says. But on these RFIs, RFI sources sought, they literally trying to have a discussion with industry. Like they want to make sure that, you know, whatever route that they're going, that they can that they go in the right route. If they go in the wrong way, this is your opportunity to say, hold on, wait a minute. You guys may need to think about this. You know, hey, and you guys say that you need this, but you guys may also need this type of person. And it's only 10 people in the United States that got this certification, or it's only, 20 companies that can do this work. And they didn't even name them, or they don't even know them. Like, this is your opportunity to get in front of that and be like, hey, this is where, this is what you need to take a look at as well. You know what I mean? As a small business, this is how you can get your company to look more valuable to them, or get you in front of, this agency or whichever agency that's your target agency. This is your opportunity to do that when you're responding back to these sources sought and these RFIs. They want you to do that. They incentivize you on responding to them, because that's their way of knowing industry, meaning knowing who's out there, knowing who actually do the work. And then again, the sources sought is your way of kind of getting it to where, like, for example, we are a hub zone small business. Man, I'm trying to get it to where only hub zone people can go after this opportunity. So I'm gonna reach out to two hub zone opportunities, and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do it real quick. I'm gonna show you exactly how I would do it. If I know this opportunity, if I know that it's a sources sought opportunity, I'm gonna come right here to SB Money Flow, and I'm gonna say, hey man, okay, cool. Let me find some small businesses who are active, who are where's Hub Zone at? Disadvantage. Oh, we had it on here. Let's say veteran on. I'm gonna say veteran on, because I know we had it on here. So I'm gonna look for companies that are veteran owned, right? Not hub zone. Let's say I'm a hub, because I am a veteran owned company as well, small business as well. So I'm a veteran owned and I'm a hub zone. But So with that, like if a source of salt come out and I say like, hey man, I think we can go ahead. I think I want to go after this, but I only want veterans to go after this. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go right here to veterans, and I'm gonna say, okay, I want a company that's that's making less than $1 million, because I don't want nobody that's making over 10 million and go after this 100 million and nothing. I want this to be straight for small businesses. And then I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna look for companies that are in North Carolina. And it says it's 187 of them. And let me see, I want to say that they have this same NAICS code right here. It's 7 of them. So all I'm gonna do, G, is I'm just gonna call these companies right here and say, hey man, this opportunity, I'm gonna try to build my rapport with them, set up that one-on-one call with them to see if we can get these get this opportunity set aside specifically for veteran owned. Yeah, this is my competition, but it really ain't my competition, because at the end of the day, this can turn into a team, a partnership. This can turn into, anything. You feel me? This could be, they could be the prime, and I could come up under them as a sub, seeing as though, I'm a newbie. You feel me? This is the opportunities that we can bring, that I can bring to them, or I can just bring to the table. Say, hey man, I think we can go after this, man. And with that, we just want veterans to go after this. You feel me? And I want to come up under you as a sub. You feel me? And then we can go after these other opportunities down the road. But initially, you setting this up to, get in front of the agency. Letting them know who you are. That's why you're responding to these RFIs and these sources sought. You get in front of these agencies. But I'm utilizing SB Money Flow and the businesses that's already in here, that's already been doing business, and I'm saving myself time by doing all of this with SB Money Flow, to find them and saying, hey, I already know these businesses been working with, they veteran on, and they've been active for the last year. Let me holler at them and see if we can do this thing together. You understand? I hope that answers your question right there, G. I hope that answers your question. But yeah, man, sources sought, man, and RFIs, those are the best ways for us newbies to get in front of these individuals, man. And before I let you guys go, like I told you, man, I'm only giving this to the group. I'm not giving it to I'm not giving it to everybody, yo. Only the people that's in the group gonna have this. Let me see. Let me find it. I just had it. Let me see. Yeah, only people in our pure money group gonna get this template right here. And I'm about to show y'all. Let me open it up and then I'll share my screen. Come on, man. Okay, wait. Let me open it up. Give me a moment. Bear with me. Oh, there it is. I was opening up the wrong one. Crazy, man. Okay, check this out. So let me share my screen. I'm gonna let you guys go. First, let me put in dollars to cents.com. You're gonna go to our community, and soon when we hit 200, I'm giving away this template right here, baby. I'm giving away the template. Yeah, bid assistant template right here. I mean, this is sources sought template right here. I'm giving it away. You see, it's interactive, it's everything. Got all of that stuff on there for y'all. You know what I mean? But I'm giving that to the group only. You understand what I'm saying? So, did you guys see that? Wait a minute. No, y'all ain't even see that. Did y'all see that? Let me go back. Let me make sure y'all seen that. Making sure. Yeah, I'm giving this away, man. I'm giving this away. Only to the group, though. When we hit 200 members in our group, I'm uploading this in there for everybody, man. So y'all make sure that y'all get us up there to 200. Make sure y'all share this out here to everybody. Make sure you let people know who we are, because we coming, baby. The only thing we're doing is going to get better, feeding out more information to people. We're trying to just grow and scale up pretty much, baby. That's it. Especially me. I wanted to try to do some business with some of y'all, man. Like, so, hey, we need to try to figure out how we can actually come together more. If we need to be more one-on-one, more times a week. If we need to do a little bit more, like honing in on teams and partnerships and what each other do, like figuring out what you do, and we can figure out what I do and figure out how we can get this thing together. Then, yo, that's what we need to do. You know what I mean? But yo, make sure you go into dollars to cents, man, and you clicking on the community tab, and you're joining the community. It's completely free right now. completely 100% free. So take advantage of it right now and go ahead and join that. We put information in there. Dr. Travis goes live Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. He goes over GovCon. He goes over. He got his own thing on doing business. Setting up yourself in business, man. I done learned so much as far as like how to do business. That's like outside of government contracting, just learning how to do business properly. Direct costs, indirect costs, overhead, fringe benefits, Q&A, like all of that stuff. I started learning all that these last couple of months, and it's been awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if you join SP Money Flow using my link, you actually get GovCon University for free. You feel me? You get Pure Money AI, you get GovCon University for free, and you get your money card for free. When you use my link. Matter of fact, let me put my link in the bio, and then I'm gonna put my link up here, and then I'm gonna let you guys go. I told y'all I'm not gonna hold y'all forever. I said 30 minutes, but it definitely been longer than that. But I want to make sure that you guys got the link, just in case you do love SP Money Flow, or if you got any questions. If you got any questions about it, man, if you need like a demo call, if you need anything like that, man, holler at me, let me know. I use SP Money Flow. That's my CRM. I didn't show MG. Everything connects to my CRM. It's two sides to the SP Money Flow. You got the CRM, which is integrated with my social media, my business sale, my business number, email marketing, email campaigns. Like, anything you can imagine in a CRM, SP Money Flow has it. And it has what I just showed you on here, GovCon Marketplace. No one has all of that stuff right here, especially for the price that we have it in. You know what I mean? But if you don't know anything about government contracting at all, and you really want to get started on it, join our community. I got that in a thing as well, dollars to cents, our Pure Money community, and also get SP Money Flow. We have two different tiers. One of them is $197 a month, and I think the top tier is $397 a month, and you get completely everything. Everything, the full Pure Money AI, all of the GovCon, all of your social media capabilities, integration capability, like everything, automations, funnels, creating your websites, everything when you get the full thing, the full package. And you get GovCon Marketplace with both of them. You know what I mean? But with my code, you get GovCon University and you get your Monday card as well. You understand? But what was it I was going to? Yeah, that was it. I put that in there. But if you guys have any more questions, man, I'll answer them for you. But if not, I will let you guys go. I'm gonna wait on here for a second just in case anybody got any more questions. Again, man, when you get into the group, man, make some suggestions in there to me, man, that you guys want to talk about or whatever it is that you want to see me talk about, on my Mondays. Like I said, Dr. Travis, he goes over the CRM side of SP Money Flow. He goes over the marketplace side of SP Money Flow, and he goes over different ideas in the industry, like business, GovCon, like a whole bunch of other stuff, man. Automations. He go over all different types of stuff, man, on this same channel, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So you make sure y'all check him out too, man, because he gives a lot of gem. And from what I've seen, man, Dr. Travis is one of the best in the game to do it. I'm not just saying that, like, I know that for sure. Like, he is one of the best in the game to do it. That's one of the reasons why I'm even doing this right here, because I already know it's beneficial to me, at the end of the day, and it's also helping him push out this word as well, and how to utilize SP Money Flow, and it's pretty much just, I'm showing you guys how I'm utilizing it. And, eventually we gonna start showing you, or at least me, I'm gonna start showing you the revenue that I'm gonna be making off this stuff, the meetings that I'm setting up off of this. Because that's what the goal is, to show y'all, what I'm doing in the beginning to set up all of these, my first meetings, and bringing on my client, my clients, my first client, second, third, fourth, fifth, and so on, building my team, my VAs, like doing all of that stuff, man. Like, that's what we own over here, baby. And it's just getting better. It's getting better every week, as you see. But again, man, if you got any suggestions on what you would like for me to talk about when it comes to this GovCon Marketplace with SP Money Flow, make sure you join the community and you put that in there. join me on, follow me on Instagram, GovCon with Courtney. You can, you can check my whole life story, on my stories, man. I put a lot of stuff on there, man. I'm a chef on the low. You know what I mean? I traveled a little bit, man. I got my dog, I got a cat, I got a bird, I got a, I did have some fish, but now I got a bearded dragon, you know what I'm saying? So, I put all that in there, man, just to give you guys some more insight on me, and my journey through this government contracting. But man, if that's it, man, I'm gonna let you guys go for tonight, man. I appreciate you guys for checking in, man, or checking me out tonight. I will be back next Monday, 7 o'clock, same time, man. Again, I appreciate you guys. Take it easy.